I tried recording this video a few days ago and I did record the whole video, but it was all over the place and I was crying a lot, and so I decided to go get my comfort drink, my strawberry shake at my favorite fruit stand, and try not to cry and get my shit together. But the truth is that like nowadays I can't seem to get anything done or do anything without crying. I am constantly on the verge of tears. Life is really freaking stressful. I have been so afraid of making this video, truly, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I do think it's because this isn't a common topic within a vlogger's channel, especially like family vloggers. I wouldn't really consider myself a family vlogger. Not really anymore. I feel like I used to be more like a mom vlogger a few years ago when I first had Mateo, and I kind of switched it up. I stopped putting him in my videos so much. Like, he's obviously still there, but my content doesn't really revolve around him anymore, and that was on purpose. I feel like I love having more lifestyle content, a little bit of like fashion. I'm still a vlogger, but less around my son because he's growing, and because I decided that I'm my own person. I didn't want being a mom to be my entire personality, which it definitely was for a minute, and maybe once I have more kids it'll switch a little bit again. But yeah, Mateo's growing and I didn't want him to be the only thing that I talk about. With that being said, you guys absolutely love Mateo with good reason. He is extremely smart. He has been crazy smart since he was very tiny, and just the cutest in the whole world. So I completely understand. And I will do an interview with a 6-year-old. But this video is about none of that. I have had the most stressful, I'd say year and a half of my entire life. And that's for many reasons. One, I have to move. I wanted to buy a house for a long time. I still want to buy a house. It's really hard. It's really hard, especially because when I started making money, I started making big amounts of money, and I had never really had a job before. Like, I definitely did, but they were very short-lived jobs when I graduated high school. And once I started making money on YouTube, I didn't really know what to do with it, and I don't really have much guidance in my life when it comes to money. Now it's about being smarter with my money, no funny business. So for now, I'm renting, and I'm gonna rent another place, which you guys will probably see soon. I don't even want to talk about it because it's stressing me out so much. I have to move this month, and it's just been a roller coaster. Obviously, by the title of this video, you guys know where I'm getting to, and I wanted to talk about this for multiple reasons. One being that this is my experience. This is something that isn't talked about enough, and it just needs to be talked about. I know I have so many parents that follow me that are probably going through the same thing, because it is actually a lot more common than you think. Mateo was diagnosed with ADHD, ODD, and OCD. If you don't know what ODD is, a lot of people don't. It's oppositional defiance disorder. I definitely didn't know that it was a thing, and we're really struggling right now. I was feeling really guilty about making this video because I would never show him actually having meltdowns and all the symptoms that go into it. Like, I would definitely talk about it, but I wouldn't show it because that would be too personal. But yeah, this is just my experience with having a neurodivergent kid. The technical definition for ODD is a disorder in a child marked by defiant and disobedient behavior to authority figures. Symptoms generally begin before a child is 8 years old. They include irritable mood, argumentative and defiant behavior, aggression, and vindictiveness that last more than 6 months and cause significant problems at home or at school. I would say within the last year and a half, he has shown signs, but it starts off like you think that like, oh, your kid is saying no, that's normal, they're growing, they just need to be disciplined. And I have never been one to be aggressive with my son. If anything, I try my best to communicate with him. I always have. Verbally communicating, sitting down. What do you feel? Tell me what's bothering you. And I want you guys to know that ODD has nothing to do with parenting. This is just something that he has no matter what way I decided to parent him. A lot of people will be like, oh, you just need to be tough with him, or you just need to like put your foot down, and I absolutely have. I've tried everything. I've tried putting my foot down and being like very stern, which is not who I am, but I've definitely gotten to those points and nothing works. Nothing works. When he first started having tantrums, I'd be like, okay, like he's just going through something, or he started telling me no. and telling me no to everything, not just to one thing. I feel like I was a pretty good kid. My mom would tell me to do something, and even if I didn't want to or I gave her attitude, she'd be like, and I'm like, okay, I'll go. Children with ODD are different. He refuses to do anything no matter what approach I take. So initially I was like, okay, maybe I'll just like play with him a little, get him in a good mood, and then be like, can you go take a shower? No. It's the end of the world, complete meltdown. And the thing is, it's not just a tantrum. It is a meltdown, and it lasts for hours and hours sometimes. And it became an everyday thing to the point where I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was being a bad parent. I was like, my kid doesn't respect me. What did I do wrong? As a parent, you start blaming yourself for these things. And also, ODD is never really diagnosed on its own. It always comes with something else. For him, it was ADHD as well as OCD. So finally I decided to take him to the pediatrician, and I switched pediatricians because the one that we had for years, I felt like they never took me seriously. They were kind of very dismissive, which really sucks. As soon as I switched, this one was extremely attentive. She referred us to a neurologist, a psychologist, all of these different places. They were able to diagnose him with all of this. It was the psychiatrist. But here's the thing. I have not been able to get him therapy. The fact that healthcare is not easily accessible is a huge problem. I have called all of Miami, I swear, all of Miami, to get him some help, because that is exactly what he needs. He needs therapy. I need to know how to manage him in the best, most productive way, and I can't do that if I don't have professional help. So I've called all of Miami. They either don't take his insurance, or they don't take insurance at all, and it's thousands of dollars, or they have very long wait lists. That is the number one issue. The wait lists will be up to a year long for a lot of places. I'm so proud of myself for not crying so far. You don't really know what it's like until you're in this situation. And I feel like because I vlog my life, it's very hard to do that because this happens every single day, and I cannot physically be in a good mood. Like, I'll pick up my camera and I'll try really hard to have a good day, but most days are not good days. It gets to the point where like I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to leave my house because it started happening in public as well. Ooh, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. And it breaks my soul. Like, it really breaks my soul to see him like that, because I know he can't help it. And I don't really know what to do myself. Like, there's only so much Googling you can do, but I feel like he needs somebody hands-on, and he's like such an amazing kid. I know he's gonna do amazing things in life, and I don't want this to be an issue for him growing up. And these tantrums will last like 4 hours, and they're not just like crying, they're like punching doors, punching, kicking walls, hitting us, me and Valeria. I think we get it the worst. So that's my life right now. That's where I'm at. So that's why I was afraid to make this video, because I feel like I don't have a solution. Even if you're watching this and you're like, okay, we can relate, I don't have a solution. But all I have is this community of people that I have somehow created and found along the way. And I feel like that way we can support each other. Like, I know there's other people out there struggling with the same thing. So nowadays I just try to be grateful. Just be grateful for what I do have. Be grateful that he is healthy in every other way, and he's growing, and he is always learning. That is it for this video before I continue and end up crying even more. But now that I have this out there, I feel like I'm able to talk about it more, and you guys can join our journey. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye, Augie.